Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a minute, but today instead of vlogging, I wanted to post a video about recruitment. So I thought it would be fun to sit down and kind of reflect with you guys because I'm about to go through my first in-house recruitment and I'm so excited. So I thought it would be cool to kind of give you guys some advice on things that you can do. And there's Lucy. Come here, Lucy. Come here. Say hi. Can you say Reckham? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys some advice on recruitment and like what to do, what I did, my experience, all of that. I am a Zeta at Texas Tech. I'm affiliated with a chapter, but I'm not going to be biased in this video or talk about any of the chapters or even how my chapter recruits. I'm genuinely just going to give you guys advice on what I did and what worked for me, what didn't work for me, stuff like that, just so you guys can have a really, really good recruitment. So first, I'm going to talk about what am I saying? First things first, wear comfortable clothing. So you're gonna have I'm sorry, I cannot get over my dog right now. She's like straight chilling. First, like, you're gonna have stuff to wear every day. So like basically they're gonna tell you day 1 wear a tech shirt and shorts and sandals, day 2 wear a sundress, day 3 wear business casual, day 4 is prep, so wear like a really nice dress and stuff. Like they're gonna tell you things like that. So of course follow the dress code. If I could say anything, I feel like chapters aren't super strict. You just want to represent yourself well. Don't wear like a crop top. Like don't wear anything you would like wear out to a bar, you know. Be cute and be yourself, but also be mindful that like this is a formal like event, so like don't just represent yourself well. Basically all it is. Don't freak out about every little thing. Like I was a little worried, like on day 1 a lot of girls just wore jean shorts. I wore like a little wrap skirt thing, and I was kind of freaked out that like chapters were gonna be like, why is this girl wearing that skirt? But I ended up getting a lot of compliments on it and like everything was fine, and like I ended up in the chapter I'm supposed to be. So like don't like stress out about your outfits, like it's gonna be fine. Okay, of course. Let's see, hold on. So like yeah, I guess it's my first tip. It's gonna be really hot if you live in a hot climate, but most people do fall recruitments. I know some people do spring, so if you do rush in the spring, like it might be a little chilly, but I know that for tech we do fall recruitment, so it's hot, like miserably hot. And I remember on day 3 that was like the business casual day, and I wore like a really, really thick, nice jumpsuit that was actually my mom's, and I was miserable the whole entire day. Like it was cute and I looked good, but it was like I was dying. I was literally sweating. It was not cute. So be mindful of that. Like I don't regret wearing it because I looked cute and I got compliments on it, but like I was miserable the whole day. So yeah, first tip. Okay, now I'm gonna go into kind of like the selection process, I guess you could say. This is like kind of difficult for some people. Actually it's difficult for everyone. Recruitment is so fun, but it's so stressful. So first thing, like I would say, is just to be yourself in every chapter. I know that some people kind of put on a face when they go to certain houses because they want the house to like them, and if you're having to do that just so a house doesn't cut you, like obviously that's not the house you're supposed to be in. You need to go where you feel most comfortable and like where you can feel like you can be yourself, and that was like the main reason I chose my chapter was because I personally felt like I could just literally just like chill in that house. Like, I was still nervous, obviously, because that was my favorite house and I didn't want them to cut me, but like I didn't feel, no conversation was forced. I felt like I could just completely be myself, which was really comforting going through such a stressful time. And that's how I kind of knew that that was my home. And some girls don't feel like that at my chapter. Like, some girls feel like that at a different house, you know. Just go where you feel most comfortable. Like, that's my main tip. So like, just be yourself. If you feel like you have to put on a face, then you don't need to be in that house in the first place. Second off, be respectful of literally every single house you go into. Even if you cut that house and like they still asked you back and you had to go to their party the next day, like, be respectful of them, give them a chance, because you might end up loving that house. And like, I know some girls like hated a certain chapter for like the first 2 days and then ended up falling in love with them in the last 2 days. So like, make sure that like you just be respectful of the house and like give each house a chance, because each member of that chapter has literally worked all year long to have you there. And if you're gonna go there and be disrespectful and degrade their chapter like literally to their face, like, that is so just don't. Just be nice, be respectful, stay positive, you know. Just, it's supposed to be a fun process. Even though it's stressful, it's supposed to be fun. So make sure you're being nice and you're everything like that. And I'm sorry, but if you say a disrespectful thing to a chapter, chapters do talk, and the way you treat one chapter could affect how, like, it could affect you getting into another chapter that you actually like. So just be respectful of all houses. And a lot of people say like, trust the process, like, you'll end up where you're supposed to be. Like, everyone always says that, but I cannot stress enough, that is the truest thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life. I remember going into recruitment and being like, oh my god, like, every day people were like, just trust the process, just trust the process, just trust the process. And it's like, dude, I get it, you know. But I know so many girls that have prefed a house and chosen a different house and ended up in their second choice and like loving it and falling in love with it. Like, I know so many girls that went through that, and it kind of does suck. Like, on bid day you're kind of like, like, I kind of wanted this other house. But just give them a chance. If you ended up not liking it, like, that's fine, but like, at least give them a shot. Trust the process, because if that chapter likes you enough to invite you to be a member, like, obviously, you know, they feel like you fit in there and they feel like you could have a place in their chapter. So respect their decision and respect their choices, and try and, you know, make the most out of what you're in. But you will, I promise, you will end up where you are supposed to be. Everyone does. Now, another thing is, this kind of comes with every recruitment regardless of where you go, but don't let what other people say or their perception on chapters sway your opinion. So basically, like, when I went through recruitment, if I would have listened to what other girls had said, I would have not ended up in the chapter that I'm in. I literally went in with the most open mind. I did not prejudge any chapters. I literally went in and just was myself, and I ended up in the house that I literally love. And if you have that perception, like, you will end up so happy with your decision. If you let what other people say and you go with a house that you don't really like, but like everyone else likes them, you might not be as happy as you'd be in another chapter. So just like, keep that in mind with everything. Also, just like, go with your gut. Go where you feel most comfortable. Go where you had the best conversations. Like, it's all in your hands pretty much. So just go where you feel like you should go, you know. And like, if there's anything you take from this video, like what I thought about Greek life at Texas Tech whenever I was in high school, looking at it from an outside view and actually being a part of a chapter and being in Greek life, two completely different things. Like, completely different things. So don't let social media, don't let Greek rank. Don't let what other people say sway your opinion, because I'm telling you, like, it's not what you think it is. Like, until you're in it, you truly don't know. So yeah. Stay off your phone as much as possible. For me, I'm like, my mom is my best friend, so like after every house I wanted to text her and be like, oh my gosh, like I loved this house, wasn't the biggest fan of this house, I felt so uncomfortable in this house, I wanted to do that. But instead what I did is I got on my phone and I typed in my notes, oh my gosh, at this house I talked to these two amazing girls and they had the best conversation, I was so comfortable. And then like another house would be like, had a good conversation but seemed a little forced, a little awkward, probably won't cut that house, but definitely not in love with that house. Because at the end of the day, when you're sitting down and you're making your selections, it's so hard to think back on every conversation you had at every individual house. Like, it honestly is. And so I remember one day I talked to two brunettes with brown eyes, really tan, really tall, at like 3 houses. Like, they all looked the same, and I could not remember for the life of me like who was who. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I went back to my notes and I checked it off and I was like, okay. So that's really, really helpful. Instead of texting someone about it, put it in your notes, because if you text someone about it, they might sway your opinion. That's not fair to you or the chapter. So just write it in your notes, do a little rant, and be good. Okay. Don't talk to affiliated members. This is like #1 rule, and I know some people still do it, but like, don't text someone in a chapter and be like, oh my gosh, well, what did everyone think of me, was I good enough, are you going to cut me? Like, don't do that. Even if a member texts you and is like, oh my gosh, we loved you today, like, don't reply. Because like, first of all, if you get caught doing that, you'll get in a lot of trouble, and so will the chapter. And like, once again, not fair to either of y'all. So just like, don't do it. Just don't. Even if you've been best friends with that girl for like your whole life, just like, can't talk to you. Now I'm gonna like give you guys some advice on like what to bring to recruitment, because I remember like I was so stressed out that whole week, and like I'm so thankful I had my backpack with me because she kept me sane. Okay. So first of all, bring snacks, because like you're gonna get hungry, and if you don't get hungry, well, at least you brought snacks just in case you did. Water, because it's hot, don't want to be passing out. If you are prone to getting headaches and heat, bring Advil. I always get headaches when I'm in the sun for a long period of time, so I brought Advil whenever I was there. Also bring like girl products. Even if like you're not supposed to start for like 2 weeks, like you might start, you're stressed out, you never know, so just bring some stuff. And even if you don't, a girl might need one, so just be that girl that helps everyone out, you know. Bring some stuff. Bring deodorant, because you're gonna be sweating, especially if you're rushing in the fall. Bring deodorant so you're not stanky. Bring perfume or like body mist or whatever. Bring stuff to touch up your makeup with, lip products, powder, mascara, eyebrow gel, I don't know. Bring, oil blotting sheets are great, because if you just pack on powder every time you're oily, like you might end up a little cakey. So just, those are great. Mints. Gum is like not allowed at our school. Like, I remember I brought gum and they would always be like, spit your gum out before every party, which is just like proper manners. They're just trying to help us out. But like, just bring mints, because they're just easier. Bring a fan of some sort, like a fan you fan yourself with, or a battery charged one, rechargeable fan, anything, because you're gonna be hot, like I said. Bring a refillable water bottle. If you have like a, what are those ones called? The ones that like stay cold, Yetis, I don't know. Bring one of those. Comfy shoes to take off after parties and like run, because you're gonna be sprinting. Like, you are going to be sprinting. I don't care what anyone says. You will be running from one side of your circle to the other in like 5 minutes. So bring shoes to put on so you're not running across town in heels and a cue. Bring a blanket or a towel, some sort, even if it's just a little one that you can sit on so that you don't get your clothes dirty, because you're gonna be sitting in a lawn and you're probably gonna get your clothes dirty. So just do that. So you got some brown stuff on your booty in your white dress. Alright, that is the end of that video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you later.